Mr. President?
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. I have such respect for women. I cherish women.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals.
You brag that you have sexually assaulted women. Do you understand that?
No, I didn't say that.
Just start kissing.
This was locker room.
You know, I'm automatically attracted to
Every
people. I just start kissing them.
lied.
It's like a magnet.
When they came forward to hurt my campaign.
I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can
would
do
not
anything.
be my first
We
choice,
haven't
that
done
I
it.
can tell.
The president today avoided questions about the extremist videos he retweeted, videos that have provoked an international backlash.
Mr. President, why have you been retweeting anti-Muslim videos?
3 videos.
Just in case we need it.
Why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus? There are reports of dozens of incidents of bias against Chinese Americans in this country. Your own aide, Secretary Azar, says he does not use this term. He says ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all, no, not at all. It comes from China.
They say that hurtful and misleading language from our nation's leaders are now making things worse. Our Kira Phillips first brought this up in a story last week, and she now has this follow-up.
As Asian Americans continue to share stories of violence and discrimination,
Go back to your country, bitch! Bye, China! Allah, China!
It comes from China. It's not racist at all, no, not at all. It comes from China.
This is my country. This is not a Chinese.
That's a deal to hurt the world. That's not a deal for the United States.
Words is particularly striking because this time it's with the Republican chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Bob Corker. Senator Corker making an extraordinary charge overnight that the president's actions are endangering the country and his threats to other nations could lead to another world war.
Syria says one of its military air bases has been attacked.
Russia has once again warned the United States not to take military
action. North Korea's nuclear and missile capability has posed the toughest foreign policy dilemma.
The probability of this is very high.
We are not going to have a third world war.
We are currently witnessing a cold third world war.
I hope not.
The Syrian conflict is already a global conflict.
The North Korean leader is so close to getting a nuclear capability.
This is perhaps the first period of the biggest powers simultaneously rubbing right up against each other.
Western leaders believe they're more strong than Russia.
Russia is an adversary.
So many conflicts that have so many international actors involved. This is a new kind of war by proxy.
In 2018, President Donald Trump broke the Iran nuclear deal.
That's a deal to hurt the world. That's not a deal for the United States.
Backpedaling on President Barack Obama's efforts and escalating tensions in the region. Trump then reinstated financial and economic sanctions on Iran and labeled Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps a terrorist organization. Iran attacked U.S.-allied oil tankers and infrastructure in the Gulf region, among other things, and the tit-for-tat battles continued.
This morning, a major Republican rebuke. Top GOP Senator Bob Corker telling the New York Times President Trump could put the nation on the path to World War III and that the president's tweets have in some instances undermined American diplomacy. He concerns me, Corker told the Times. He would have to concern anyone who cares about our nation. Corker also saying he's alarmed by President Trump, saying he treats his office like a reality show, like he's doing The Apprentice or something.
Politico claims White House staffers are, quote, terrified of what could be on Omarosa's next tape. The former Trump insider says she has recordings of him using the N-word. But these allegations of racism are not the first time we've heard this against this president.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders says it was.
Said
we didn't hear anything until the campaign.
So we're going to jog the memories of those 378 staffers who work in this White House. Let's start with a video from 1989. This is Donald Trump on NBC.
a well-educated black has a tremendous advantage over a well-educated white in terms of the job market. And I think sometimes a black may think that they don't really have the advantage or this or that, but in actuality, today, currently, it's a great, I've said on occasion, even about myself, if I were starting off today, I would love to be a well-educated black because I really believe they do have an actual advantage today.
Okay, and there's much more. In the 1970s, the Justice Department claimed that Trump's real estate company tried to avoid renting apartments to African Americans. Several of Trump's former casino workers have claimed he gave preferential treatment to white workers. In 1989, Trump urged the death penalty for 5 black and Latino teenagers known as the Central Park Five. He said they were guilty of raping a white woman even 10 years after DNA evidence exonerated them. 23 years later, Trump claimed that then President Barack Obama was not born in the United States. And in 2015, Trump kicked off his campaign with this.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
Some fine people. It hasn't stopped, by the way. In June 2017, the New York Times reported Trump said 15,000 immigrants from Haiti, quote, all have AIDS, and over 40,000 Nigerians would never, quote, go back to their huts. The White House pushed back on those claims.
And I wouldn't lose any voters, okay?
Or bluster.
I would bomb the out of them.
One thing is certain, Donald Trump does not mince words on the campaign trail.
He said he's that's terrible. Terrible.
Trump repeating a vulgar word shouted by a woman in reference to Ted Cruz earlier this month.
Would be worse.
Or using a crude Yiddish word to describe Hillary Clinton's loss to Barack Obama in 2008.
And she got schlong to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Two, three, four. Donald Trump is a racist from his head down to his toes.